Pisces, and welcome back to Misfits of the Zodiac. My name is Ace. I'm going to be doing past, present, and future reading for the month of August for you. So let's get into it. This might not resonate for everyone. If it does, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear from you. And maybe get a subscribe from you. Also, I'm going to be picking a oracle card for you at the end. Probably two, just to kind of finish off the reading and get a feel for how the month of August is looking for you. Okay. I like it. Okay, cool. So, to get started, you have the Two of Cups, you have the Wild Hunt, which is basically the Tower card in this deck. I'm using the Green Witches deck, by the way. And you also have the Eight of Athmes. This feels like you're coming out of a time where things felt really challenging. You might have just gone through a Tower moment, so basically something that was like kind of crumbled to the ground. It could also mean some major thing happened in your life. It could be positive. It just depends on what resonates with you. But there was some major change, and it was forcing you to find your path when it felt kind of like you were blindfolded. So in the Eight of Athmes, on this depiction, she's blindfolded and she's walking through an apple orchard, and it's asking for you to follow on the path, trust your judgment, trust your instinct, because you're moving in the right direction. I also like to see that you have the Two of Cups. Sometimes this is kind of like another version of the Lovers card. So it could be that you have a supportive other near you. Could be a friend, could be a lover, could be just a family member or a chosen family member that's helping with this challenging situation. And this is in the recent past, so you just went through this energy. Or I like to look at it sometimes, and I feel very much in this way for this particular reading, that this is you and your higher self, okay? And you're working together, you're using your intuition, you're using your mental and emotional capabilities to work through a really tough time right now. So it just seems like you're in the right space, okay? There is a tendency sometimes with the Eight of Athmes to be in your head about something when there's no reason to be. You shouldn't be feeling any fear, but as a result of things shaking up from the Tower card, you might feel like you're not on stable ground and you're trying to get your footing. This is just confirmation that you're moving in the right direction and you have the right people around you, or your inner self is giving you the right wisdom, because there are apples on this rendition of the Eight of Athmes, which are symbols of knowledge. So you have all that you need to get through this tough time. So just trust in your own judgment, because you're moving in the right direction. So trust your instinct. So in your current energies, we have the Lady and the Lord, we have the Four of Athmes, and you have the Four of Pentacles. I like the double fours at the bottom because it feels very stable, like you're finding stability. And the Lady and the Lord I like this. This is a cool depiction. This is actually the Lovers card. So it may very well be that you are finding solace in a trusted other. You're finding, again, either a friend or a family member or a lover who is, I feel like it could be a lover with this particular card, that is helping you find your peace. Because you also have the Four of Athmes, which is all about regenerating in nature, kind of taking a pause, taking some time to rest. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. So this is like setting solid boundaries, maybe being a little more frugal than you would normally be, and you're getting help and guidance from this trusted other to do these other two things, to find stability and to find a sense of grounding. Okay, so it feels very much like you're walking out of a tough situation with someone you trust, and you're moving through the energy to find stability after feeling very unstable and like things were kind of like all over the place. It feels like you're moving more towards stable ground, and your future looks great. So if you can find that stability this month, I feel like by the end of the month, you're going to be in a very good place. Okay. So in your near future, you have the King of Pentacles, you have the Witch, which is basically the Magician in the original tarot deck, and you have the Three of Pentacles. So with the King of Pentacles, this is all about prosperity. It's all about stability. Again, I feel like in your present energy, you're seeking to get that stable footing, and by the end of the month, you found it. Okay, and it's either through, it could be money. You could be feeling like financially things are just a little off, because I'm seeing you being frugal this month so that it will pay off in the future. You're figuring out what you want to spend your money on and not spending it frivolously on things that don't really matter, or like the idea of can't remember what they call it, but like when you go in and you see an impulse buy. You're not impulse buying anything. You know what you are saving up for. You're saving for those things. You're only spending the money that you need to, so that you can have that more of a stability feel. So by the end of the month, you're sitting pretty. This could also be someone offering help if you are looking for assistance, and you actually receiving that assistance. You also have the Witch, so you're in your own power. This is all about you using the elements, and she's putting all of these different ingredients into her cauldron to create something. So once you find this stability that you're looking for, you're now in your power, you're standing your ground, and you're not so shaky anymore. So you can start to manifest the things that you want to manifest. Okay. Hope that makes sense. And then your last card is the Three of Pentacles. Again, this is, I like the feeling of this sense of camaraderie throughout this entire reading. You have the Two of Cups, you have the Lord and the Lady, and then you ended up with the Three of Pentacles, which is all about working with trusted others to create something new. In this particular depiction, he's receiving his instrument, so he's bossing up in a way. He's worked through all of the things, all of the struggles, all of the things that were maybe tripping him up or throwing him off in the beginning, kind of like this Eight of Athames where she's walking through the orchard blindfolded, and then finding his way and receiving his instrument as a result of him trusting his gut, working with trusted others, people. It seems like you have a lot of great community around you. So tap into that if you haven't been, because you have like a really good support system. And that might be really important for the month of August for you. So highly recommend doing so. And it seems like by the end of the month, like I said, you are stepping into your power and you are receiving recognition for all of the hard work. Okay, so great to see. Let's go ahead and pull a animal card for my animal oracle, and then we'll pick a wild things oracle to kind of sum up the reading. Ooh, you got the cheetah. I like it. A lot of like fire vibe going on there. And then one from the Wild Things Oracle. I got this deck in Salem. It's a very, very cool deck. It takes like shadow vibes and then kind of helps you transmute them. Embrace effortlessness. Ooh, I like that. I like that the cheetah is kind of like he's running. He's like goal driven, and this one is saying like, do that, but find a way to do it easier. Work smarter, not harder. That's like the best way that I can describe that. So with the cheetah, let's go ahead and find that one so we can talk about that. I know that you are a water sign, Pisces, but it seems like you might be working with some fire energies this month, going towards something that you really want and achieving it by the looks of it. So, solar force. Solar force, action, and achievement. So by the end of the month, like we were saying, receiving that instrument. Masculine energy. So the cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for the cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, achieves anything, boundless energy. When out of balance, impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect with purpose. So this seems like very much like it's asking you to go within to remind yourself of why you're doing something, so that when you make that achievement, you're not standing there at the finish line going, did I do the right? Am I moving in the right direction? Like, is this what I actually wanted? So taking a step back, again, with the Four of Athames, like taking that break, taking that rest so that you can find more stability here, so that you can see whether or not what you're chasing after is the thing you actually want to be chasing after. And again, you don't end up putting a lot of time and energy into it and then finding out at the finish line, like, forgetting your why along the way and then realizing, I don't know that I wanted this to begin with. Okay, that's like one of the worst feelings. Okay, so be mindful of that this month. And then you have embrace effortlessness. So let's look at what this is. Number 33. That number's been coming up a lot for me, so that's interesting. Okay, embrace effortlessness. Okay, we weren't raised to work with ebb and flow of energies. We were raised to determine a course of action, have goals, and stick to them. The message has been, if it's challenging, uphill, exhausting, or overwhelming, keep going. Suffer the hardship because it makes the reward so much sweeter. This has led us to go against our own divine nature, punishing ourselves and struggles that feel uphill and suffocating, when the way of Source is to work with the flow. Now is the time to turn off the should in your mind. Turn your energies downhill. Let go of the idea that your dream or decision requires you to toil. Yes, you are in for hard work and commitment, but no, you don't get extra points for suffering. Let others have the battle. It's your time to relax. Call on your invisible allies. Let Source and its flow be your partner in this achievement. Wow, that really does sum everything up. Heard a little bit of the partner energy that we were talking about with the Two of Cups and with the Lord and the Lady, and talking about your rest, making sure you're getting in time to kind of like fill up your cup, take time to let your mind wander and not feel like it's in this like maybe chase of the cheetah. Okay, so keep that in mind this month. It seems like it's asking you, universe is asking you to be a little bit more mindful of how you're spending your energy and not feeling like you have to suffer in order to receive what you want. Okay, because what you have coming to you is coming to you regardless of how you get there, if that makes sense. And I don't mean by like it doesn't matter what choices you make. I'm saying like you want to go inward, make sure you're checking in with your why, make sure you're checking in with, you know, what you're actually wanting, but finding the path of least resistance to that thing instead of making it overly challenging for no reason. Like, you're gonna probably run into challenges, like if with almost anything that you want, but this is asking you to try not to make more challenges for yourself because you feel like they need to be there, if that makes sense. Or like you almost need to like really like go through it to receive reward, okay? Because you're going to receive the reward anyway. It's coming to you, okay? You're manifesting something great. So don't push too hard, because that might send this whole thing out of balance, okay? So take time to rest, take time to check in, make sure you're moving towards something you actually want by checking in with your why, and I think that you'll be able to embrace this effortlessness by the end of the month, okay? I hope that helped. This seems like a great reading, honestly. I really like the energies that came through. And let me know if this resonated with you. Leave me a comment, or maybe subscribe and come back as a Misfit. And I will see you for next month's reading. All right, bye.